Ajibade hasn't scored in the competition. Can she score her first? She does! Dlamini got her fingertip to it, but it wasn't enough. The Super Falcons are off to a flying start in the semi-final. They came close in the opening exchanges, and they've scored right on the brink of half-time. A hammer blow for South Africa. A hammer blow for the defending champions. And a first goal for Ajibade. Dlamini punches the turf in fury. Ajibade puts enough on it.
Yes, it was a tough game, no doubt about that. Everybody knew it was not going to be an easy game. And at the end of it all, what we desired was to win, and eventually we won. And so we're happy that we have won the game and we'll be playing in the final. Normally, you prepare for different situations in the course of the game. When you are leading, what do you do? If it's a draw, we know that a winner must emerge today. So what do you do? If eventually you are leading, what do you also do? We needed to win the match. We needed to win the match. And when we considered that equalizer, yes, you could see a little bit, the spirit was shaken a little bit, but the girls had to get themselves quickly together and then continue to believe in themselves, trusting that we can still make it, because we kept telling them, look, a football match is not over until the final whistle. So opportunities will still come our way. Let's keep going, keep giving out our best. And they kept believing in themselves, and they kept doing what we said we needed to do. And eventually we got the winning goal and we won the match. We never thought of Botswana or Algeria, because this one is a different game. And naturally, you know, you just pray that when you keep losing opportunities like that in a game, you pray they don't come back to haunt you, because it happens. It happens in the game of football. When you have chances and you don't take your chances, and your opponents will have just one opportunity and they convert that, nobody will remember all the chances you wasted in the course of the game. It's the one that went into the net that counts, and that's what people will hold you for. So, yes, it was worrisome that we were losing chances, but the fact that we were getting and creating those chances kept us believing that, yes, at least we will be able to get something, and by the time we score, we will know how to consolidate on that too. So it was a bit nervy that we kept, you know, and it was early in the game too. That was also another factor that can also, at some point, make the team begin to doubt themselves. When you keep creating chances and you don't convert them, and you begin to run into pressure, there's a tendency that your team can also crack. But they kept going, kept believing in themselves, and eventually it worked out well for us. At personal level, you know, each time you are given an assignment of this magnitude, you want to do your best to ensure that you don't fail in the assignment, because the coaching job is you are hired and fired based on your results. You don't do well, nobody cares. The next thing is you are gone. Even when you do well, you have no guarantees that you can still be there. But for me personally, my own fulfillment is just try to do the best that I can, and then make people happy, win matches, and that's all. I don't think about what will happen tomorrow. I'm more interested in getting myself fulfilled that, yes, I have done something, I have contributed something. That is the most important thing for me. Whatever happens tomorrow, it's God that decides what happens to anybody. But for me, we do well, and I'm satisfied that, yes, I have contributed something. I'm fulfilled. Every game is different, but the fact that it's a semi-final game, and then looking at the opposition with all the rivalry involved, you know, it also generated more pressure on everybody, because you must try as much as possible to ensure that you make your country proud, you win the game. One, it's a semi-final game. There's a rivalry involved in it, And the fact that you also want to win the trophy, and you can't win the trophy without crossing the semi-final to play in the finals. So these were all factors that we had to take note of, and we try to encourage the girls, encourage them, make them believe more in themselves. And like I keep saying, they are very focused. They know the purpose for which we are here. They know why we are here. They are not allowing anything to distract them. They are getting focused. They are remaining focused, and you can see it's also telling in the way they perform on the field of play. Even when things don't go their way, they have a way of just getting themselves together and encouraging each other, motivating each other, and churning out results that we desire. Games like this, like we know, they are very difficult games, and we knew what was at stake, and we knew how the game was also going to end, because everybody needed to bring in her best to ensure that we get a win out of it. And when you set out to achieve something and eventually you succeed in getting that thing, there are emotions, emotional feelings, and everybody is happy that yes, what we set out to do, we have done it, considering where we're coming from and looking at where South Africa was also coming from. So it really meant a lot to the girls, and most of the celebration you see were more of a celebratory mood of having been satisfied with the result of the game and where we have found ourselves. And it's quite unfortunate that in the course of the game, Gabriela also had an injury. That was also very emotional. You can see even when she was being taken out, even from our own bench, all of us were really expressing our concern over her situation, and we continue to pray that she recovers fully, she gets better, and continue with her career. Because nobody will be happy that you see it could be your own player tomorrow. So if it happens, what do you do? They are all our players. They are all African players. They are all our players. So we must show concern over what happened to her, and we extend our felicitations, and we pray that she recovers and gets better quickly.
Defending champions are made of. Lele Mohlalo scored the penalty that saw Banyana through in 2022 in that semi-final against Zambia. She's only gone and scored yet another.
We wanted to win it. I mean, we had Hilda going down on the left wing. We had Jermaine going through the middle. We had eventually Noxie coming on the right. If we were trying to win it, we wouldn't be chasing those chances. We would just park the bus, like they say, and wait for the penalty shootout. But that's not what we did. We thought we had a chance, and that's why we went forward. Like I said, the cross that comes in from Jermaine to Noxie, if she gets a better connection, it probably goes into the goal, but she doesn't. So I don't think we looked like a team that was looking to go to penalties, if you're thinking that that's what we wanted to do. Because penalties is a lottery. You play for penalties, that doesn't mean you're going to win the penalties, and that was never in the back of our minds. When you have chances the way we had, especially the one from Noxie before they scored, the one that didn't go over the line, I think that's really heartbreaking, for a lack of a better word. But we showed today why we're the champions. We showed today 120 minutes. We didn't look like a team that had gone 120 minutes. We gave it as good as they gave it. And I think if you look at yesterday, that first couple of minutes was exchanges, and Delia, I think, made a double save. But after that, we had the better chances. And we said it's going to come on one of those half chances that we had to take, and we didn't take it. And that kept them in the game as well. And then Jermaine had a chance, Hilda had a chance. Not getting the goalkeeper to make a save, and then Knox had a chance. I think it was after 70 minutes when she had that chance, and the ball goes over the line. There's no way that we're losing this game, but it keeps them in the game. And then I'll say a freakish goal because everybody missed it, even the goalkeeper missed it, and those are chances that you can't defend really. I don't think it impacted. What impacted our team was that injury late on. As you could see, how emotional the players were. I knew it was bad because you could see them all running away. I think that impacted them in the last few minutes, and I don't think they recovered from that. Unfortunately, it's part of the game, and so unlucky for Salgado because she missed the last WAFCON also through injury, which was just before we came to WAFCON. She picked up an injury. So it's unlucky for her, but I think that is more that impacted us. I think we gave as good as they gave. We matched them pound for pound. For a team that played 120 minutes, I don't think you saw that today. But that impact definitely impacted the last couple of minutes when Gabriela got injured. Look, there's nothing more we can do. There's 2 days, a recovery day and 2 days. And again, when we huddled after the game, we said if we didn't have a reason, now we have a reason to play for Gabby, to make sure that she goes home with a medal. That's what it's all about at this moment, to make sure that she goes home with a medal, to make sure that Jermaine ends off well. That's how important it is. Definitely there is disappointment with not getting to the final, of course, but there's still something to play for. And that is important. It's not just the medal, but like I said, we're going to try and do this for Gabriela. Going home with the injury, make sure that she gets a medal, because it's important that we still fight for that 3rd place. So there's still something to play for. It's not just a playoff match that doesn't mean anything. It's a playoff match that gets you a medal still. And I think that's going to be important. That's how we lift ourselves up after this, and then get ready for that match.
Well, I don't know how that, I will say, whether it impacted positively or negatively, but yes, sometimes when things like that happen, for a while, it could have an effect on the players, especially with what they see, the extent of the injury they saw. But then they will need to get over it as quickly as possible because they still have a job to do. It is after the job that they can now begin to ask questions. What's happening? How is this person? How is this person? So I think it didn't really affect the outcome of the game because they are all professional players.
Michel Alouzzi.
I wouldn't say they were overwhelmed. If they were overwhelmed, they couldn't have kept going. They couldn't have kept going. Sometimes in games, things like that do happen. They happen in football matches. You lose focus, you lose concentration sometimes, you lose certain things in the course of the game. But that they were able to recover quickly, get themselves back, and continue the fight. I think we need to also give them some credit for that because, like I said, yes, there were nervy moments in the course of the game. There were nervy moments, and we didn't do certain things well, and we lost control of the game at some point. But you need to grind out results, irrespective of how you get them sometimes. The most important thing is winning, which we also got. So we'll go back, do a review of everything that happened in the game that will help us to prepare more in the final game. You saw those chances that we missed early in the game. If we had converted those chances, the nature of the match would have been totally different. The nature of the match would have been different. But that you kept losing opportunities like that, and you know they can come back to haunt you later, especially when the opposition starts imposing themselves and then making more impact. Certainly, it will unsettle you if you have no proper mental attitude and good mental preparation. So I think the girls should be appreciated for handling the situation the way they did. And normally, when your team loses control of a game, you get more worried because anything can happen. In those circumstances, we're both frustrated, angry, because we were not doing certain things the way we were supposed to have done them. We were becoming a bit careless at some point, and that became a cause of concern and worry. And you know, normally as a coach, when you see situations like that, it's very frustrating, and you know anything can happen. You know, we had a goal line clearance as a result of our own mistake and carelessness, which could have also cost us a lot. So it was a very nervy moment for us, but we had to try as much as possible to not let those frustrations, you know, express it and affect the girls too. You must try to encourage them, make them not do those things that you felt were not doing right so that we can get it better. At a point, we had to call them together, speak to them, make them realize the importance of this game and then what we needed to do to get out of the situation we found ourselves and then correct those things that we felt we were not doing well. And after a while, they were able to get themselves back and we became more organized and had at least imposed ourselves to some point in the game. And for the fans in Rabat, Casablanca, honestly, well, we had a 12th man on the field of play that was very vocal, that really gave us their support and their voices were heard fully. I know the 12th man will also go with us to Rabat. I know the 12th man will go with us to Rabat. For the fans in Casablanca and every staff and everybody that we have worked with here, honestly, we quite appreciate the effort they have all put in to make sure that the competition here went successfully. Everybody has put in his bit. They have done their best to ensure that the competition goes smoothly. And so far, we have not experienced any problem with anybody around here. And we quite appreciate the very friendly environment that we found ourselves. We have made a lot of good friends too from our stay here. And yes, it's the schedule of the competition that we have to leave. But otherwise, if we had a choice, we would have said, let us just stay and then continue everything here so that we just finish it up here. But then we have to still go to Rabat to play the finals.
My faith is the biggest part of my life, and first I would say, to God be all the glory. I couldn't have imagined winning man of the match the third time in this tournament, but special thanks to my teammate, because it's not a one-man job. It's a collective effort from both the players to the technical crew, even to the board members, and to those fans out there who are cheering us up from the start of the game to the last minute of the game. To God be all the glory one more time. And yeah, I feel grateful. We know it's going to be a difficult game because every game in this tournament has been different. We have different approach to each game. But playing against the South Africa, we understand the competitive nature, that they are a very good side, their technical side. Of course, they are also a very intelligent side. We've met each other in different competitions like the Olympics and the WAFCON several times, and we are ready for whatever is going to come our way. And of course, we are also a very physical, technical, and also an intelligent side. So we're always ready for games like these, and these are the kind of games we love to play as a team, because this is where we see the best of the Super Falcons. Yeah, so it was an interesting game. So we initially we told ourselves we're going to stick to our game plan, but the game plan that Yeah, we know that if we stick to the game plan, it will be very, not going to be easy to play against them, but we will be able to get the result which we want to get in the end, which is what happened today. For a moment, we were a bit nervous because if you see the game, when it was 1-1, a bit confusion, and it's normal. Sometimes you get confused. It's normal. Sometimes you get to, we get nervous a little bit. But yeah, we just had to call ourselves to order because we realized that moment, and we need to we quickly speak to ourselves and let ourselves understand that if we get nervous, we will be divided on the team, and the opponents will have the opportunity to capitalize against this weakness. So what we did was we quickly came together. We came back together, stay strong, and encourage each other, and make sure we push to the very end. So, yeah, the chances we also missed, we already told ourselves when we get our chance, we need to be clinical in front of goal. We saw that happen against Zambia, but yeah, we lost a little bit of concentration with that in the first half of the game, because if you see in the first half of the game, we had like a couple of opportunities, but we didn't, we didn't get into the back of the net. But yeah, in the end, what matters is final score, and which is the result that we wanted.